Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Amaya, and if you're new, welcome. In today's video I'll be having a lock combo with you guys, and the topic of this video is, are parents locking their children's hair too young? It was a post that went viral on social media of a mother who spoke out against a teacher who decided to go out her way and comb out this mother's daughter's locks without her consent. When I saw this, you guys, I thought to myself, no way this teacher thought it was right to comb out someone else's child's locks. I would never imagine picking my child up at school and her not looking the same like when I saw her that morning. So if I was this parent, I would probably went off. I probably would have went to the principal and wanted this teacher fired, and I probably would have gotten my money back because locks are expensive. This is what the mother says in her post. London recently started her lock journey on 4/14/2024, and her pre-K teacher took it upon herself and combed out 32 locks by hand and rebraided her hair without my consent. So y'all, how do y'all feel about this? Because like I just said, I would have been upset about the entire situation. There is no way I would be thinking that my child is getting her hair done at school while I'm at work. I would expect to see my child the same way I saw them that morning. So to me, the teacher was out of line. When the mother confronted the teacher said that she took out the child's locks due to the child covering up her hair in school. So when I heard that, I thought to myself, you should have had that conversation with the parent before you went out your way to comb out this little girl's locks. So I would have been upset. So when I read the comments, there were a lot of people that thought that the teacher was right, and then you had a lot of people that didn't agree with the teacher. So one comment did stick out to me, you guys, and I want to talk about it. One woman says, I don't know, I feel like parents do locks on kids mainly because they don't feel like having to upkeep their child's hair, and they were small and short. The little girl probably didn't like them, but mom didn't care, and the teacher most likely wanted the child to gain her confidence back, even in knowing the consequences. So I shout out for the teacher. Parents do what's convenient for them over their kids' comfort every day. When I saw this comment, you guys, I thought to myself, I feel like a lot of people have misconceptions when it comes to having locks, because this woman says parents do locks on kids mainly because they don't feel like having to upkeep their child's hair. People need to understand that you still have to upkeep locks. I still have to make sure that I'm getting my locks done on time. I still have to make sure that I wash my hair. I have to make sure I moisturize my locks. I'm paying to get my hair done, okay? Locks are easy when you don't feel like doing your hair. You can just wear them down or put them in a ponytail, but you still have to maintain your locks. So I feel like people have a lot of misconceptions when it comes to locks, and I feel like she's saying that parents don't feel like they have to upkeep their child's hair. I feel like that may not be the case. It may be that my child may not like getting their hair done, because my cousin, she was on my channel and she spoke out about how when she was a little girl she did not like getting her hair done. She would cry, and I remember those times, and she said that when she was able to get locks, she loved it, and she still has her locks, and she's 14 years old. She's had her locks as long as I've had mine. So when it comes to a parent locking their child's hair, I feel like it's really up to that parent. I have locks, so if I did decide to lock my child's hair, would that be because I don't feel like upkeeping their hair? No, it's because I love locks and I want to maintain their hair in the most healthiest way ever. So for her to say that she feels like parents mainly lock their child's hair because they don't feel like having to upkeep their child's hair, it can be for some, but I know for a lot of people, they love their locks and they take care of their locks. But this is her opinion at the end of the day. She also goes on to say that the locks were small and short. Now when I read this comment, I thought to myself, as black women, I feel like there are a lot of us who struggle with shrinkage and accepting it, especially when we have loose natural hair and we know how long our hair is, and when we get out in the shower and we get out from washing it and we see that our hair is shrinked up, we're like, what is happening? But that is how God made our hair, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's still beautiful. But I hate the fact of that a lot of time in our community, you have a lot of people that only feel beautiful if their hair is long, or something is ugly if it isn't long. Like her mentioning they were small and short. Does that really take away from how beautiful her locks are due to the shortness of them? No, it doesn't. But this is her opinion. I know for me, I did go through a phase where I was a little bit insecure about the shortness of my locks, because I thought no dude wanted to talk to me when I went to this party, but I got over that. I've always loved my locks, but I say that you may have some type of insecurities with the shrinkage that you have, and that's okay. But for this little girl, we really don't know what was going on in her mind about her locks, but that was a conversation for the parent and child to have, not for the teacher to take this little girl's locks out. She also goes on to say the little girl probably didn't like them, but mom didn't care. I thought to myself, now do y'all feel like it's okay for a parent to lock their child's hair without the child wanting to get their hair locked? Because I know for me growing up, I always wanted locks. I always asked my mom, could I lock my hair? But she told me no. So I was able to get my locks at 18. Now I feel like, am I happy that my mom told me that I couldn't get locks? I feel like I'm looking at things much differently now that I am getting older, but I will say that nothing is wrong to me for parents to lock their child's hair. Now if my child comes to me and tells me, Mom, I don't want to get locks, I might take that into consideration, but I feel like it's okay to lock your child's hair, but I definitely would want my child to feel comfortable with their locks. Or maybe parents should lock their child's hair when they're old enough to understand the stages that they will go on with their locks. So tell me down below, how do you guys feel about parents locking their children's hair at a young age? Because I always wanted locks, and I always tell y'all I wouldn't mind locking my child's hair, but I don't know for certain. But I will say though, I feel like when they are young, it's easier to be able to lock their hair versus if they're older and they can make that decision to say, Mom, I don't want to lock my hair. So I really don't know, you guys. Tell me down below your thoughts. Did you lock your child's hair at a young age and they still have their locks? Or has your child told you, I don't want locks, Mom? Let me know down below. But I will say that no matter what someone says, you know what's best for your child. So to each his own. But for me, I don't know, y'all will see what decision I make when I have children, if I lock their hair or not. But I will say that the teacher was still out of line. It also says the teacher most likely wanted the child to gain her confidence back, even in knowing the consequences. So I shout out for the teacher. Parents do what's convenient for them over their kids' comfort every day. Now, to me, the teacher is still wrong at the end of the day. She never should have touched this child's hair without the mother's consent. She should have had a conversation with the mother. She should have talked to the child, maybe privately, to see what was going on with the little girl. But to touch her hair, it was wrong and out of place. As well as, I wonder, would this woman have the same opinion if this little girl's hair was longer? Also made me think about how parents should make sure that they're leading by example, telling their child that they're beautiful, giving them affirmations to say, as well as just being a reflection of what you want your child to be. Because when you think about it, when you see these little kids cursing and acting up, they may be seeing their parents act the same way, and they are just a product of their environment. So when you have these little kids that are going to school putting down other children, I feel like it has to do a lot with the examples that they're getting at home, and it sucks. But I feel like parents just have to hope that their child is being treated right at school. I know for me, I say that I may lock my child's hair. I may give them that option. Who knows? But tell me down below, how do you guys feel about this? Do you feel like the teacher was right in this situation, or do you feel like she was wrong? Tell me down below, how do you guys prepare your children for the world once they go outside of your home? As well as, do you guys feel hesitant to lock your child's hair due to maybe thinking that they may be bullied or they may have discomfort due to having shrinkage? Let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.